This video is brought to you in partnership with the Huawei Honor Play.
Devising and preparing a plan is key.
Hey everyone, Ian from Eurogamer here, and I'm here with Walter from Otherside Entertainment, who's going to take me through a short demo of Underworld Ascendant.
That's right, Underworld Ascendant. It is, so keep in mind, EA still owns the Ultima brand.
Yeah.
So this is not technically a sequel. It's not a remaster or remake. It's really more along the lines of a spiritual successor.
Okay.
Where we're putting you back in the Stygian abyss. If you played the original games, which there are some older gamers like myself have, and there are some younger gamers that know nothing about it, Stygian abyss is actually a prison.
Right.
And what's happened to this prison, which you've now been through twice, this will be a third time, is you're being called back.
Right.
You play you from the real world.
Okay.
A mysterious figure is calling you back. There's trouble in the abyss. We need your help. So you take the portal in the old Ultima, the Ultima games, and you come back into the abyss. And what you'll see in this is Marcaul. Now, as the center of hub and trade, it's a little deserted. What's going on? So there's obviously some things going wrong. I'm not going to give away the whole story, but that's a little bit of the backstory. If you look over here, there are three pre-made kits.
Right.
Hit the tab key, and then hit the skills. And so what I'm going to show you here is a little bit about the progression system in the game.
Okay.
There are no character classes. The reason why we call this an action RPG is it's not a very numbers-driven RPG. It's not, you don't have strength, dexterity, and the typical kind of harder core computer RPGs. Because this is a first-person game, what we wanted to focus on were skills and abilities. We have three different archetypes: combat, magic, and stealth.
Cool.
And if you're a fan of immersive sims, what you'll hopefully find out of this is that we're going to support a lot of different playstyle variety. It's up to you how you want to choose to mix and match your skills to play your way, or play multiple times using the three different playstyles, which will give you a different feel.
Multiple playthroughs, if you concentrate on different skill trees, you'll have completely different experiences.
Exactly. If you want to be more of a head, in-your-face fighter, you can do that. If you want to have a quieter, stealthier, kill no one playthrough, you can. And the magic system, I'll tell you a little bit more about the spell system. It has a very interesting spell creation system within the game.
Right.
So go ahead and hit tab twice. And so with that backdrop, three kits. A combat-focused kit on the left. In the middle is a stealth-focused kit. And on the right is a magic-focused kit.
I think, like in real life, I'm quite, a tough guy, a melee attacker, so I'm going to go for the combat build.
Excellent choice. Excellent. So you have some fun abilities. Go ahead, hit E.
There we go.
Activated that, so you get a sword to start with.
Okay.
That's going to be your main weapon. Left click for slash. Hold and left. Switch to there you go.
There we go.
So quick slash with the left thing. Do you hold it and let it go for a more powerful attack? That's going to be very useful against the skeletons. And then a right click is a parry if they're swinging at you. And those are the core melee combat abilities.
How would combat differ if I was a wizard? If I went for magic?
You're going to use the spells. Spells to us are tools.
Right.
They're not, we're going to have some single-use spells like any game, but it's not like create fireball and you shoot a fireball. We have a create fire spell, which actually you have a wand in this kit, and now you have a ball of fire that you can do interesting things with. And so that you might set some wooden objects on fire, set a plant on fire or something like that. Again, use it as a tool to use things in your environment to your advantage.
Cool.
Okay, so let's go over to this quest board. We've taken out the story-driven quests so we don't give that away. What you're going to see here are a variety of quests.
Okay, which one's going to be more combat heavy? That one? I want to show off how good I am with my new sword.
Take one of the fine item ones.
Okay.
What's going to happen with that is, so hit E to select it, and then turn to your right, jump through that portal.
Well, that's a pretty portal.
And that's going to take you into the map.
Right.
The first thing you're going to see when you load up here is a small plant, a shiny plant. It's called the Silver Sapling.
Okay.
It's an homage to the original game. The Silver Sapling was in the original Ultima Underworld. The Silver Sapling is part of our save game system.
Okay, here it is.
What you can do is pick that up, and you'll see it goes into your inventory slot. Here is number 5. You can plant that in dirt in the level.
Right.
And this gives me an opportunity to say this is a pre-beta build. It's somewhere between alpha and beta. There are bugs. We have bugs with the planting system right now. It doesn't recognize all the dirt in the game.
Okay.
So there'll be times you'll be looking at dirt and you can't plant it.
That's understandable. But that means it's kind of like a placeable save point. You can.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool.
And what's interesting about it is not only does it resurrects you after you die, but once you get the hang of the system, you can actually use it a little bit strategically. You can place it where someplace you want to end up, and then you can kill yourself and then spawn over.
Ah, okay. So
Anyway.
you can use it strategically. Okay.
So, as you can see, you can pick up some objects in your level, and one of the hallmarks of an immersive sim is a highly interactive environment. So, obviously, you can't interact with absolutely everything in the game, but you know, wooden objects like that you can pick up. They have weight. The actual weight is the physics system in the game, which you've just experienced. Is you just held down the right mouse button to rotate it.
Yeah.
That can come in very handy when you're trying to stack things, for example. And what you find are that the wooden objects in the game will burn. The reason why I'm telling you this because we'll teach you that in the tutorial. And so since I'm the human tutorial, I'll tell you that now.
But here we go. I'm using
Yeah,
my
you're lighting
firewall to
everything on
burn some
fire.
stuff. Yeah.
The fire is very satisfying in this game.
Yeah.
So there will be moments in the game where you might think you're stuck and you can use fire to your advantage. So that's a hint.
Okay. Good. I'll probably need a lot of those.
You might.
to do that.
I'm here. That's what I'm here for.
Cool.
So I'm going to let you start exploring through.
Okay. Ooh, this is...
I don't know exactly where that item's going to spawn because it can spawn in different places in the level.
So these levels are pre-made. They're not procedurally generated,
Correct.
but the item placement is insert level.
They give you some gameplay variety. And in fact, the monsters will spawn randomly.
Yeah.
So you might jump in the level at one point and there might be more monsters than there are the last time you were there.
Right.
But the other thing that happens to the world is as the days progress, remember this is a dormant volcano, or maybe I haven't told you that, but the Stygian Abyss is a volcano, and it's becoming active. So lava is rising up from below, which means the more challenging creatures start coming up from below.
Ah, okay.
So the environment will change as you progress through the game.
Ooh, look at this.
It's a plant.
It's a plant, is it? Okay.
It's got spiky things on it.
It does.
It's rather dangerous.
So that will hurt me. Even
A lot.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Keep away from you. See you later, big
It
man.
wouldn't. If you ever need to kill one, it takes a lot of fire, but
Right,
you can.
okay. So a minute ago I looked at a gate and I clicked on it and it had a weight system. So obviously it was probably a bit too heavy for me to
Yeah, it was 5,300
lift myself.
pounds for one of those portcullises. What that is telling you, though, and all of the traps and doors and portcullises like that are actually physics and mechanic based.
Okay.
So they will have levers that are physically based. In some games, you'll just walk up to a lever and you click E to move it. Well, you can do that in our game, or you can hit it with an object, or you have these arrows, blast arrows, that have a thing of compressed air. That might be enough air pressure to flip over to a lever or something for you.
Oh, so loads of kind of exploring and testing the environment to progress.
Yes. And challenges placed in front of you that you'll be able to get through in a number of different ways.
Yeah.
The
I
hallmark.
do like the idea that there's some levels where it's not combat focused, it's more just exploring and like maybe charting unexplored territory and stuff.
That's right.
Like that. That sounds quite cool. Proper dungeoneering.
It's dungeoneering. It doesn't mean that every corner has a bad guy, but sometimes it might. So you'll be a little bit cautious as you go through.
It's getting dark now. Oops. I hope that wasn't expensive.
So we do have player light sources.
Okay.
You have in your inventory a glowing knife, and it's actually not a weapon right now.
Yeah.
So if it gets really dark, it'll provide a little bit of light.
Right.
Right now, what I've been noticing is we need to tune that, amp up the lighting it provides.
No problem.
But that's an important part of dungeon exploring is having a light source.
Yeah. Ooh,
Keeping in
here
mind,
we
of
go.
course, a light source might light up dark spaces, but it might alert enemies to your presence as well.
Okay, cool. Well, this guy's not alerted yet. I think oh, hello. I snuck up behind him, but... So, oh, hello. Oh, he's getting it.
He's alerted now.
There we go. He knows.
Good to see
He's
you.
an archer. Right. He's just loosed an arrow, so I'm gonna. Is there any kind of stamina in the strikes, the melee stuff? Should I be not
run
mashing?
out of energy, if that's what you're asking. What I would suggest here, use the heavier attacks against these guys. They're more likely to parry your light attacks.
Okay.
And that's part of what we're trying to have some rhythm to the combat here,
Yeah.
where they start their attack. If you get in there quickly enough, you can get your attack in there, stun them for that split second, and interrupt their attack.
Obviously, he was an archer, so
It was
there
a
wasn't
little
much
bit
to
easier.
parry.
You'll come across some skeletons. You'll see them with armor and shoulder pads. That'll be more difficult. And
I don't want to fall down there, I'm
there's
guessing.
your lava. So if you hit the tab key and then pull up the map, I'll tell you a little bit about this. So you have uncovered. This is when it's dark like this, it means you've uncovered parts of the map. And when it's kind of grayed out, a little bit of the fog of war, it means you haven't seen those areas yet.
Okay.
What this is also telling you, and because you don't have the earphones on, you didn't hear the audio cue that you completed the quest. You've actually found the item.
Oh, okay.
So if you click on quest, you can actually see what that. So you needed a dwarven axe, which you picked up. Obviously, we've got the placeholder text there. Congratulations, that's
Cool.
excellent. So if you go back to the map,
Okay.
you can see what we've done is made it a little bit easier. We've put various exit portals, so you don't have to backtrack all the way. That would be kind of tedious.
Yeah.
So
You can keep pushing forward, I
work your
guess.
way, yeah. Keep pushing forward. You can explore around a little bit, and then when you're ready,
Are there
you can hit
rewards
exit
for, say I wanted to uncover all the fog of war on here, would there be extra rewards?
So one of the quests is to uncover over half the level.
Okay.
So you would get a reward for that. So there are things that are tied to that exploration.
Awesome. Oh, hello.
Some physics-based traps.
Yeah. So I'll leg it past that.
This one is a fairly rudimentary.
And then I
it's much
presume
more complex.
the higher the lava rises, the more powerful and quicker and faster and deadlier the traps are.
Maybe.
Okay, let's have a look. I have a jump. Do I need to jump this? I'm gonna.
Yeah, you can make it if you time it.
Oh no! Oh, I thought I jumped a bit too
close.
far. Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna go through here and hopefully there's a place where I don't need to jump. Treasure chest.
Yep.
Oh, so that's too heavy to pick up.
Yeah.
Is there a way to
So
open
hit.
it?
Put your mouse. So this is another kind of thing we have to tweak.
No problem.
So hit E. Now try again.
Okay. And it's got arrows in here.
If you hold the E down, it'll think you're trying to pick it up. That's the difference.
okay,
We're
that
just
was a
not
mistake,
communicating that.
No, that's
We'll fix
my fault there. And we got an eyeless netherfish. Now,
Quite tasty.
I have to take both of those.
Those were in the original game.
Okay.
So we have things like that for the fans of the original game, for them to see and sort of hopefully get some fond memories.
Awesome. Some like proper Easter eggs for the old school fans.
Yep.
Excellent. Head through here, and I think it must be getting close to the. Yeah, exit port is getting close. Yeah. So as you go deeper or higher, or whichever way it goes, are there different biome type things?
Yeah,
as you
the
go?
levels will look differently. You'll get more lava, you'll get more reds. You get some different types of structures.
Okay.
Some with maybe a bit more of a Roman, classical look to it.
Yeah.
As opposed, this is more of a swamp. This is internally called Swamp 2, so it has more of a swamp look to it. Before you jump through there, turn around and I'll tell you a little bit more about the art style of the game.
Yes, please do.
So as you can see, it's very stylized. You describe it as a sculpted look.
Okay.
And really the underpinnings for all this is you go back and talk to Warren about why they got into making video games in the first case. It was because of Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
So it inspired them, sitting around the table, playing with friends, and most importantly, describing the experiences they were having playing D&D was the thing that said, okay, we can do this. This new media came out, computers. We can make these in computers. And so the style really reflects D&D miniatures. So it's paying homage to their roots. That's how we came up with this.
It's really nice, and it's quite a small team.
Yeah, so full time it's under 15.
Okay.
So we think we're punching above our weight class, if you will, a little bit. It's the challenge with these is you get a lot of gameplay out of the world simulation that we have going here. It just takes a while for it to all come together and to work well together, and it takes a lot of tuning and fine tuning. So if you had seen this at E3, you probably would have been like, wow, this has got a ways to go. It's feeling rough. And we got some of that feedback, and this has really come quite a long way from there.
So what's the roadmap in terms of release or getting it in early access or something like that?
Great question. So we just announced yesterday, PC will be ready November 15th. We'll launch on Steam, and we are going to be on GOG as well. I'm not 100% sure the timing of that yet. We will have Mac and Linux builds as well. I'm not sure if they'll be day and date or around that time frame. We also announced we'll be coming to console, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch in 2019.
Okay.
And we'll be at $30 across all platforms.
Okay, well, yeah, I'd actually really love to play this game on a Switch. I think this would be
I think it'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, we're psyched.
Definitely.
We're really psyched that 505 wants to do that with us.
Fair play. Well, yeah, this it looks really promising.
Yeah, so what do you think?
Yeah, I really like the look of it.
You managed to finish that quest. Was one of the faster quests, and it was just, again, not by design, it's just happened the way it
I had an incredibly good human tutorial with me, guiding me through it.
Even in this build, there's some more longer, complicated quests, multi-step.
Big bosses at the end? Do you have big boss monsters, or are they mainly smaller NPC style?
I don't want to give away a lot of that yet.
Okay, that's fine.
There may be a few.
Okay.
But most of the idea is the environment itself, in some respects, is a boss, and it's how you overcome the challenges in there. Yeah. It's not going to be like just sort of, hey, play through these three things, boss. These three things, boss.
Yeah.
We wanted to go with a different style.
Brilliant. Well, I like what I've seen so far. I'm going to be excited to play more when it comes out.
Awesome.
But for now, I'm going to steal your cheese and run away. Bye.
Excellent.
Thanks for watching me bumble around a dungeon in this video, which, by the way, is sponsored by the Huawei Honor Play. The Huawei Honor Play is made with gaming in mind, so if you want to find out more about it, do check out the link to their store page in the description below. Also, do have a look at some of our other Gamescom videos that we've produced this week. There's 4 of the little lovelies on screen for you to click right now. Right, I'm off to eat that cheese that I stole from Walter's dungeon. See you later.
Set your mind to task. Exceed all expectations.